Well, welcome back again, everybody. So, I think I've got a pretty good handle on what we're going to do today. And while I'm explaining that, I just realized I haven't filled out this map in a really long time, and I still have some updates to do on this one. The main map in my hand seems to be fine, but I'd like to go update these. And while I'm doing that, I'll explain what I think is happening. So, I'll do this one first. So we got three main things to do in the this new stage in the game before we're done with stage 1 and we can move on to stage 2. Basically, three main things to do before we can consider the city actually finished. That is, we need to, any finishing touches and decorating or whatever additions we want to do inside the city, we do that. Doesn't mean we have to do absolutely everything, and once we're done with stage 1 we can never change the city at all. That just means, like, you know, for instance, in the jungle area way over there, I'll have to walk as I'm mapping this. Way over in this back corner behind this church, you can't see. It's pretty bare as far as trees are concerned because I chopped a bunch of them down to figure I had to do it to figure the layout of the village and build it. And now that it's pretty much built, I of course like to put as much back of that as I can. And then there's houses like these, which other than a bed are kind of empty, and they could use at least one or two little things to make them look nice. So there's that. Decorate and add and finish touch everything that we want. The second thing is we need to put light sources everywhere so there's not an inch of dark space in this city, so nothing can spawn inside of it. There will be some exceptions, like phantoms technically won't spawn in it, but they can work their way into it, or at the very least they can spawn up in the air where it's dark and work their way down, but they're really only a concern for me. But anyways, that's going to be a big deal. It's probably going to require a lot of torches, and it means we also need to light up the entire all the bodies of water in here will have to be lit up, which is why we've been stocking glowstone for so long. I doubt we have enough stocked at the moment, but you know, it still needs to happen. So that needs to happen. And then the last thing is the wall. It needs to be finished up because the superstructure is basically done, but like the pathway, well, actually, I'll just list this off. There's three things with the wall that need to be done. There's the pathway that needs to be finished on the very top. There's the outside of the wall, and maybe even a little bit of the inside that on the ground level doesn't quite line up. So it's like the wall stops too soon and doesn't go deep enough, so there's sand where there should be cobblestone. So things like that need to be patched up. And then additionally, what else? Additionally, on the outside of the wall, I want to put a lip near the top to prevent spiders from being able to climb over the wall, because I tested this in creative mode and they can, if they want, just climb all the way up. Now, once they've climbed all the way up, there's not a whole lot they can do because, well, they're stuck up there unless they fall to their death. Granted, if they fall in a body of water like this, then they're inside the city, and that's just a no-no. So we don't even want them up there. We don't want them to get up there, so we're going to create a lip to keep them from making it across. They may get all the way up there, but it won't do them any good then, and if we really want to, we can just slap them off and they'll fall to their death. below. Let me see. So that's three things: the wall, the technical changes to the village, and the lighting. So we can work on any of those, but I think the one I want to focus on this episode is the wall itself. Once we're done with these maps, I think I got this bigger one figured out, because it's pretty straightforward what needs to be done with it, and it's just really time and effort that needs to go into it. So the patching of the wall itself is like the easiest thing. We've got all the cobblestone we should need. We just have to go and dig it and replace it. We may end up repairing Wall Builder a number of times. I think that's the pick we're going to end up using, because, well, actually, no, maybe we won't even need Wall Builder, because a lot of it's sand and dirt, so we might not even need to use that, which is great. But we will need a pickaxe in case we make mistakes, which I am certain we will. I will. Let's see. So that's that done. That looks a lot more busy already. Now the one I'm really excited for is this. Man, Thunderstorm wants me to know it's here, as always. Then for the spider lip, I tried a number of blocks, and I was thinking of using glass. Which one is it? It's this one I start with. I was thinking of using glass to make the lip, but I decided from a distance it looks kind of funky. The only reason I wanted to use glass is so I could look straight down the wall and see if something was right up against it, because from all the way up there, even just a single block is kind of in the way and blocks the view. So if you could be missing something that's right beneath you. I mean, you could sneak out on the stair, and I guess it's really not much less safer than just sneaking out on the edge of the wall anyways, but so I decided to go with a stair type. That's why I said stair instead of glass. My mind's working ahead of me. I decided to go with a stair type instead, and I think what we're actually going to use, funny enough, is mud brick stairs, because I figured it's cheap, relatively speaking. It's just wheat and dirt, basically. But also, we've got plenty of that. But also, it actually looks, I think, at least decent, if not just nice, on the wall as compared to some other stone types that we use too often, or it's just like a bit of a pain to get or whatever. So I figured that would be straightforward. It looks like we've already almost filled this out. So that's what we're going to do there. And then I think before we get too into any of this, I'll probably go ahead and, if I can yet, try to expand the clay farm. And if it's not ready, well, I will be expanding it at some point in the future, because the rate at which the mud actually turns to clay kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it to be so fast, which means we can actually amass lots of clay relatively quickly, I think, as long as we make it big enough. So maybe while we're digging around, we can hope that grows a bit more. But I think we're set that we're just going to be making terracotta ourselves, because as much as I like buying from these guys, it's exceedingly slow of a process. And while I could do it, and the perfectionist side of me wants to do it, the practical side of me says we're almost done here as far as stage one. There's no need to prolong it further just for the sake of showing off how filthy rich I am that I bought all the stone. But anyways, that's what we're thinking. That looks strange, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think I'm happy with that weirdness. Almost looks like a constellation, the upper part of the village. Anyways, so let me check something real quick. Yeah, okay. I've been making duplicates of this world to test stuff out in creative mode. I've even been, hello. I've even been, testing out the village as far as raid mechanics to see, if the design is going to work. And what did that bird mimic? What did you mimic? That almost sounded like a shulker. That's weird. The raid stuff in the village is gonna be kind of funky from the sound of it, unless I can figure out a way to change it. Because, unfortunately, Bedrock raid spawning mechanics are not completely understood, but they're just understood enough to know that they operate differently from Java. Because of the way we think they work, unfortunately, it doesn't seem very possible, or at the very least easy, to keep them from spawning inside the village. It's like, you know, if you make your village big enough, or you build it in such a way that it's hard for them to spawn, like, outside, like they normally would, then, they oftentimes, like at least in Java Edition, the raid will just cancel out and despawn. You don't even have to deal with it. But in Bedrock, it's like, it seems like it's inconsistent with that. It's like half the time it will cancel out the raid, and the other half of the time it'll just spawn them right in the center of the village, which is definitely not ideal. This thing could just be slow, but I'm starting to wonder if I haven't built it right. I'm gonna break this. Oh, it's there. Weird. Maybe I'll just get rid of this tower. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, raid spawns pretty weird, which, part of that's just because of the size of the village. It seems like whatever, it seems like how it usually works is whatever, whatever side of the village you're on, you know, north, east, south, west, assuming you're more up against the wall that's on that respective side, it appears that the raid tries to spawn from that direction, and usually outside the wall. Although it can move around a little bit with that, particularly if you're in a corner. But where we seem to have a lot of problems is actually around the church. And I guess that's because the village is so big, or maybe it's just because there's not enough villager activity around here or something. That if you're kind of around this building when the raid starts, instead of spawning it way out there, it almost seems consistently to want to spawn it like right in here, inside the village, or right over here inside the village, which is definitely not ideal. So unless I figure out a way around that, or they flush out the mechanics a bit more, which I would certainly prefer. Basically, if a raid ever happens, my mindset is I have to think, don't go near the church, stay on the edges of the village, if at all possible. And if you happen to be here, you better book it out or be prepared to respond exceedingly quickly, because they're right there. Oh, hi. I guess I'll see what this guy's selling. What the world? What in the world? I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. That is weird. I think I think I know what happened. Hey, sand, isn't that nice? I think we're good. I think what happened is when this llama got stuck, and when its lead broke, it popped and it hit the bell, and the game took that as a projectile, and it rang the bell. That's kind of funny. Okay, so anyways, stuff is crazy around here. I think we're gonna get started on the wall, and hopefully that dripstone down in there may at some point grow. I might just have to go down there when I'm not recording and just sit there and let it grow, because it could be too far underground. I would think it isn't, because the tree farm grows down there just fine, but maybe I'm mistaken. So, temporarily, I might just throw this stuff in the fish barrel, and get the things I need for the wall, which are at the moment going to be pickaxes and shovels, because we're gonna start on the cobble, or fleshing out the bottom. I could do the mud bricks too, but I think I'll wait for that. I think we'll just go ahead. And I think I should probably take some scaffold with me too, because I may need it at some point. There you are. Alright. Something else I didn't think about. I actually might want to take some cobblestone with me immediately, in case there's some holes I want to patch so that the villagers don't wander out and get stuck outside immediately. So I'll take a couple stacks of. I'll probably gain some by mining the space out, but I'll take some cobblestone anyways. It's gonna be a process, but I'm actually kind of excited. Let's see. We'll go with that for now. Probably the thing I'm looking forward to the least is the touch-up to the village itself, but honestly, I took a look around and it looks like there's actually not that much more I really have to touch up. There's some things I could do for fun if I want, but there's a lot of houses actually do have decoration. I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start where I started last time. Anyways, it doesn't seem like there's actually near as much that I have to do as I thought. So that might not actually be bad, but we'll see. I should probably actually be dreading the lighting the most, because that is going to have to be a long time, a lot of resources, very precise. And I'm going to have to be super anal about, like, even in the treetops probably lighting it up. And it might end up looking ugly like it kind of does out here. That's another thing. It's like a crossbreed between the light and the decoration. Is I have to figure out if I'm just going to leave a bunch of torches out, or if I want to get fancy with, like, lampposts everywhere or something. Which actually might look worse, I don't know. Let's see, I need to find... I'll probably go inside the wall and find the way I got down before. I could make the door here now, but I think I'll just do that a different time. I don't need it at the moment. That's, I guess, another touch-up thing / wall project. Doors here. Speaking of which, that's another part of this touch-up of the wall I need to do. There, on all sides except for kind of one, there's lots of trees up against the wall, and some of them are even taller than the wall. I knew that I was going to have to do this, but I'm going to have to clear a bunch of these out so that they don't provide tactical advantage to enemies. So this is where we worked last time. Can hear them in the shop in there. It looks like we stopped here. So we're going to start digging this out. I want to see how far. I think it's probably, well, it could differ. It might not be a full 5 blocks in everywhere. I'm probably vastly underestimating the amount of tools I'll need to do this, but we will see. So that's a hole there, and that's a hole. I guess we'll start with this at first. Corner is not too far away from that spot, though. So that's good. Just follow the terrain. I don't remember what standard I followed over here, but we might just go like 1 block deeper than the terrain. I think that might be the standard we keep to. Counting from out there unless it's deeper in here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to grab more tools. In fact, I may end up making I don't know. I might make some diamond tools and just not use wall builder and just use those instead. This is a lot of digging. some diamond tools. It's gonna be a little bit of digging. Carried away there. Even though it's still dirt, I think I'll call it there. If it already looks fine like it does here, I'm not gonna dig all around it just to put another block below the surface. I'm only doing that in areas where I'm digging. Let's see. Very strange formation, but that's how it was shaped. Memories. stone. I guess I am gonna need some more. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to get some more. This door this time, it's closer. I'll always have at least one chore in this wall, even if I'm not patrolling. Clear out the leaves that grow in here. Actually, I wonder if this is going to make the tree decay. I didn't think about that. I guess we'll see. Maybe I won't touch him for now. Touch one leaf on that tree, those big jungle trees, and the whole thing falls apart, or at least starts looking ugly. that section. Which way to go? Alright, I guess we'll just continue on around this way. The thickness of the wall, so and the bottom of this is 58. Last thing we want is a dirt core. Slightly out of inventory space. Guess where all the dirt's coming from to make these mud stairs. I thought I was going to use it out of the storage unit, but at this rate I might not even have to dip into the facility. Okay, onward. Big fishy. I think I'm gonna leave this alone for now. I don't know what I'll do with it later. We'll have to see. Before I'm done out here, I'm gonna have to work on a bunch of doors, I imagine. Okay, here's a patch. 30 want to escape. Bye! Have a nice life. It's even worse inside, too. Suppose we better work from the inside a little bit as well. Yeah. We could do maybe just a little bit of one-hole shoots. This side is worse by a lot. Looks like it stops there. just remove this. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it. It looks kind of funky, but it is accurate to what the terrain was. That section. I think there's just a wee section down here. It's not even 2 blocks. It's just not even all the way, just, there we go. Done. And this, I was gonna make into something, but judging on the terrain, I'd be better to fill that in, because it doesn't look like it goes to anything. I don't think so anyways. Unless there's a river not far from here, but I don't think so. That's something I'll probably do from the inside. Won't worry about it out here. And then this looks fine. This looks fine. This appears fine. Even that looks fine. Some of this might have been a more recent addition when I was digging out sand from the wall. So this wall, this side is fine now. It's complete. Except for that little hole down there, but fix that later. Okay, here's where the first problem starts. Not even a full problem. Speaking of testing the raid functionality, I did notice, yeah, that still works. I did notice a lot of times the pillagers would want to come in here to try and pathfind through. I don't know why they thought it worked. And then they just come here and stop and get stuck, or maybe even go down a bit farther and stop and get stuck. Yeah, like right here. Apparently this would be dripstone. I could wall that in, but I don't think we need to. I don't think it's necessary. In fact, if I really wanted to, I could just block the entrance to here so they couldn't get in. But it would really just be for looks, and I don't think it's necessary. Again, built for mobs, not for players. Surprisingly, a lot of this side seems fine. The little bit we did hit wasn't even hardly a mess. It looks like we're done with that side. Well, that's nice. Didn't have to do anything much. This side I know has some, but at least we don't have trees in the way. Looks like more shovel work. Now we get some sand, that's good. This is technically inside the village. Let's see. Basically abandoned the idea of go one deeper. I could, but I'm just like, nah. I could actually just ignore this hill right here and it's not that big. Just go all the way through as well. Looks like our shovel's about to break too, so we'll have to get a new one of those. I say we go empty this out, and while we're doing that, get us a new shovel. It looks like our pickaxe is fine. And thankfully, we're right next to a nice entrance. Easy to get in. I imagine I'll be using this side to get in and out of a lot, but won't it be exclusively the way I get in? Better take this opportunity. I forgot how slow the process is from the Wanderers. Like, buying glowstone from them is like buying glazed terracotta from the Masons. Except, sometimes the Masons like sell you double what they normally would, or I think it's they fully stock to like 10 or 12, but these guys only ever carry 5 on them, I think. Anyways. Okay, there's that section. Oops. This. Right. There is a river right here. I really do need to check my maps on these parts. I think I'm gonna skip that one for the time being. And come back to it. This is another interesting weird part. Or at least I thought it was this. Maybe it's a different one. Huh. Maybe it must be this one. Yeah, I didn't realize, but this one goes in and it pops you up here. So there's a lot more of these little underwater things I have to think about what I'm gonna do. Oh, hello, doggy, wolf. How far does it go the other way? No, that's the wrong pool. Durr. That doesn't show up around there, so I suppose I could continue through this hill. But I almost don't think I want to / need to. In fact, I could have already done that. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I don't think I'll bother with it. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother with it. Just finish up where I'm at. Actually, I don't need to get rid of this. I feel like I haven't heard this song in a long time. I think I'm actually just gonna, I was gonna do the bottom part, but I thought, you know what, this is just a tiny body of water, it looks kind of out of place, I'm just gonna fill it in. So I can have this up here. yeah, and there's a little here, didn't see. Alright, there's that. I'm out of cobble. Oh no, I'm not. I thought I was. This thing just sticking here. I can probably get rid of it now. I'm gonna have to bring some axes and a hoe or two out for the rest of the trees, because they're gonna take a lot more hand touching. So one that I don't need to worry about. If anything, it would be this one. Stops right about here, though. It's just this little narrow section. Then it comes under here. May end up blocking that off, save for a tiny bit. And make a little sneaky passageway to get in. Maybe an iron door, like maybe remove some of the water and put an iron door in there, so if something happens to sneak its way in, like a drowned, it won't be able to get through. But I'll do that later. Let's see how far this goes. Oop. I'm pretty near the edge of this wall, the corner, I mean. Comes there and stops. And then that's this corner, so that's the last part on this side. Just hack it out. mining on the side. Let's see. Alright. We're out of cobblestone, and we're just about out of time, so... Let's see. I think all we did was 2 things. Technically 3. Huh. I don't know what I did there, but it stopped my ability to type for a second. I think that's basically it. Yeah. So, we'll just, you know what we'll do next time? We're just starting from where we leave off here. Just finish this work with the wall, figure out those parts of the wall that have water going under them and entrances, and clearing a bunch of trees. We'll probably be doing all that, or at least some of it, next episode. And then once we're done, we'll move on to the rest of the wall. So, until then, thanks for watching and have a very nice day.